Hello and welcome to Unexplained Possibilities Podcast. I'm your host, Melvin the Crimson Taurus, and Rose the Alien Queen is not with me today. Unfortunately, she's still super busy, and I had to find a replacement for her. And that replacement is none other than Mr. Benny Manzo.
Hey, what's going on, guys?
Alright, so a little bit of a backstory. Benny is my neighbor, and we've known each other for a long time. He's into the paranormal, supernatural. He's had a couple of strange events happen to him, and he has a few really nice ghost stories that we're going to get into, and I hope you guys enjoy. So, Benny, how you doing today?
I'm feeling pretty good, man. What's going on?
Nothing much, man. I'm just happy you had time to come on and, share with us some stories and dig into Mexico's culture of the paranormals. I mean, it goes deep.
Yeah, pretty deep, man.
So what part of Mexico are you from?
Well, my parents are from the state of Michoacan, and basically, it's just been a lot of stories I've been hearing since I was a kid, you might say. Just all types of stories about just the paranormal. Some of them way out there, some of them believable, some of them unbelievable. I mean, but yeah, man. I mean, I've been hearing a lot of stuff. Basically, I was a boy, and I would just sometimes I'll just be hearing my mom talk about them, hear my grandma talk about them. Some of my friends would be talking about them, and then at one time I was a skeptic until I had a few occurrences happen to me. So I was starting to believe,
Yeah, that's the best way to turn a skeptic. Have something happen to you.
Yeah. Until it happens to you, that's when you start, like thinking about it, But yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah, it is.
I tell a few skeptic friends of mine, like, hey, if you don't believe, that's cool. We need skeptics in the world. But if you want to have your mind blown, go into one of those haunted houses and stuff, man. Go to a cemetery at night and have a voice recorder and pick up something, man.
Oh yeah, man. Yeah.
But on the flip side, I also tell believers, sometimes you want to believe so much, your mind creates something that's not actually there. And, you have to sometimes come down from the clouds, man.
Right.
Not every little creep and bump is something paranormal. I mean, a lot of it could actually be explained by pipes expanding if you're in an old rickety house,
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Yeah, so heat makes things expand. Pipes are going to expand. They start cracking and creeping,
Yeah. Yeah, but, like, here, the thing is that, let's say, well, the houses in Mexico are totally different from the houses out here in the U.S. Really, the piping system over there doesn't run through the house. It runs, like, outside the house. So, it's kind of, I don't know what to say about that,
Okay, so, if you hear a bump or crack in the house.
Yeah.
It's not the pipes.
Yeah. In this case, no.
Okay. Well, thank you for informing me of that. I had no idea.
Yeah.
In Mexico too, you guys have a fairly deep cultural influence when it comes to death.
Correct.
You celebrate it a bit differently, or I guess you could say celebrate it, and not necessarily, you don't celebrate when someone dies, especially horrifically, it's like you celebrate them moving on to hopefully a better place, and like that. I think that's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Do you have any idea where that stems from?
No, man, no. I just remember as a little kid, me being over there at they call it El Dia de los Muertos, the Day of the Dead. I was over there only one time. I was a little kid. I had no idea what was going on. I just seen a lot of people taking flowers and, treats to their, dead loved ones. And that was it until today. I'm barely starting to figure it out. But yeah, it's a deep culture down here.
What is it called again? I know Day of the Dead, but say it in Spanish again.
Dia de los Muertos.
Yep, not gonna even attempt. So, and then the other thing too, you guys, Mexico is rich with ancient history, and I'm
Correct.
referring to the Mayans, which,
Yes, correct.
they're up there with the Egyptians in the fact that we don't know how they did what they did,
Correct.
and we don't know what happened to them. They kind of vanished.
Yeah. Yeah.
Some say, and this is more on the extreme side, but then who knows? Anything's possible. Some say that aliens came and took them. Some say they slipped into another dimension. They found some type of dimensional shift or split,
Yes.
and they walked on in and just went bye-bye. Others say they were wiped out by the Aztecs. Well, that's more plausible. And in truth, we don't know what happened to them, man. They just they vanished.
Just straight vanish. Yes. Yeah.
So, is there still is Mayan culture? Is it still seen in modern Mexico?
Well, the language is still, the dialect. The dialect is still, practiced till today. But, I guess they just left behind their dialect, man, as far in just their ruins and that, yeah.
Yeah, because they're very mysterious. I mean, it's basically the Western civilization's Egyptians.
Yeah, correct.
And, and if anyone who's listening, if you can, I recommend you go over there, check out some of the Mayan ruins and stuff. They're beautiful. It's if you could see anything from the ancient world that's just thousands of years old and still standing, and you get a certain amount of respect for it and so much energy around it. I recommend everyone go take a look. It's just something that's magnificent and breathtaking, and it's like, man, this was around all the way back then. There were people here who built this. I mean, what was the purpose of building these pyramids and such?
Right.
I mean, I guess we'll never know. So moving on from that, let's talk about what started to change you from a skeptic to a believer. What happened?
Well, again, I was just a kid, man, and I would just hear all these stories, man. Grandma and mom and certain friends would be talking about them, and I would just be like, oh, well, you hear about the stuff, man, and I honestly couldn't believe it. I was straight, just listen to him, man, and just think about it and just be like, man, is this possible? And, I took a trip down to Mexico. I just barely had been, I was going out with a girl down there, my actual wife till today. And, we got together, man, and it was just, her and her cousin and, her boy cousin, and he had a girlfriend, and we decided to all go watch a movie. So we're sitting in the living room. I'm sitting in the sofa, and she got her head in my lap. And then her cousin was sitting on the floor with his girlfriend, and we're just having a good time watching the movie and talking, I guess, and that. And, out of the blue, man, you just started hearing little kids playing, man. We thought it was kids outside the house, really. But then everybody started to freak out, like, oh my God, do you hear that? And then, girls being girls just start yelling and us, like getting freaked out. Me being a guy, man, and the thing was, I was freaked out, man. I was probably as freaked out as they was,
But you couldn't show it.
Yeah, we could, us being, guys, being men, we couldn't show it, so we have to, if we lose it, they're going to lose it more,
Yep.
So the thing was that, I remember, man, I just got up, man, and her boy cousin straight asked me, like, hey, let's go check it out, So I was like, man.
You see, that's some Scooby-Doo stuff right there.
Yeah, that is some Scooby-Doo, man. So I was freaked out of my mind, dude. I mean, I just had the goosebumps, man. But I couldn't show it, man. I'm like, okay, so let's go to the back of the house. So we thoroughly went through the house. We went outside the house. We went around it. We tried to debunk what we heard and mess, but no, there was no kids. The house next to that house, the houses over there are like townhouses. They're all together, It's not like they have their lawns in the front, in the back, the backyard. They're all together. So the house next to that house was my girlfriend's aunt. That was her house. So there was nobody at that house, and then the house next to it was abandoned. So we honestly couldn't figure it out, man. We just, as soon as that happened, we seen that there was nobody there. We just calmly turned the TV off, turned off the DVD, and just walked on out, man. And just headed to my girl's house, man, and just talked about it over there, man. I mean,
you're better than me. Yeah. It would not have been calmly.
Yeah, I mean, but again, we gotta hold it together. Well, we tried to hold it together, you know what I'm saying?
Forget that.
Yeah.
It's time to bounce.
Yeah, it's time to get out, man. I mean, if it was just me and my girl right there, we would have totally ran, But so that happened.
And I mean, evidently, you still think about it.
Yeah, I still do.
And you're probably
that's the event that made me start, slightly believing it,
Yep. And the thing is, you're never going to forget about it. It's always going to be at the back of your mind.
Yeah.
Now,
it is.
Here's something. Rose might like this one, but you had an encounter with an object that you couldn't exactly describe that was in the sky, correct?
Oh, right. Not too long ago, a few months back. Yeah, I was driving out there to my job to pick up my check. I had a day off that day, and as I'm driving, to my job. Out of the corner of my eye, man, I just see that for that instant glimpse, it looked triangular, like a triangular shape. And I'm there and I'm there and I'm looking at it. So all of a sudden it made like this certain maneuver, like a maneuver, and it just disappeared right then and there. So I'm like, wow, that really did happen. So I had to pull over to the side and then think about what I saw right then and there. Oh, it was incredible, man. I mean,
yeah, not too many people see that. And I know you're a person, we've known each other. We're personal friends. And I know, for the most part, you love ghost stories, you love scary stuff. And, I know in the back of your head, you always had that what if. But the alien part of it, that's something that I knew for a fact you're mostly skeptic on. And you're like, it's just...
I'm not totally skeptical, not 100%. I mean, I believe in them, but I don't doubt it. I never doubted it. But that, what happened to me that day, man. I mean, I had to pull over to the side and just think about it for a minute, try to process it, and then just drive over to my job and pick up my check and still think about
it. Here's your check, Benny. Yeah, thanks, man. You okay? I don't know.
Yeah. So, man, I mean, again, until it happens, man, that's when you start believing, man,
Yeah,
So
so you have a couple of different types of people. You either have you got to see it to believe it, or you could
yeah,
believe it without seeing it.
yeah, correct. Yeah,
So I tend to like the see it to believe it because they'll do more research and
yeah,
they'll try to prove something isn't real before
yeah,
they admit it is real. And when you
yeah,
do that, you give more credence to the unexplained,
yeah.
whatever it is, being real. So I like you guys better.
Yeah.
Has anyone else in your family, have they seen like spirits, or not spirits, but like ghosts or heard laughs or UFOs or anything?
Uh, my both of my sisters actually, one being my sister Alejandra, and the smallest, the baby of the family, Joanna. Yeah, especially Joanna. Yeah.
So what was the stuff that they saw?
Well, there was this occurrence, man, that happened. Well, when my sister used to live right in front of our house. Remember?
Yep.
Yeah, she used to live right in front of our house. So, back, back in the day, I don't know if you guys remember the chirps, right? So you remember those phones, right? That those Rocky
Oh
talkie phones they
yeah,
used to have?
yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
the chirps. Right, I had one. I just so happened to have one back in the day, and I remember, man, I was totally out, man. I was out. It must have been like around 2 o'clock in the morning, and then all of a sudden, I just hear my brother-in-law call me on the chirp, man. He's like, "Hey, man, there's somebody in the house." I'm like, "What?" He's like, "There's somebody in the house." So I'm like, "Really?" Like, I need you to come over here and check it out, man. Just go around the house and see and you tell me what you see. You
Wait,
know?
why didn't he do it?
He was scared out of his pants, man. I guess him and Joanna. I mean, she's the type of girl that just got all the talk, but just no walk. You know what I mean? So I'm freaked. I'm thinking there's somebody in the house, man. So what I do, I just grab whatever's in hand. I grabbed a crowbar and mess because there was one by the way. So I'm there running down the street and mess, just seeing what's going on and no, man, I went around the house. I had an extra key with me. I had an extra key to her house. I opened the door and I went all the way inside to where they were, sleeping in this. And there was nobody there. But the thing was that he said, man, like there's somebody jerking the doorknob, jerking the doorknob, jerking the doorknob and pushing the door. But then there's just nobody at the house. No, they couldn't explain it. So they're thinking it's, some type of, spirit or something. No type of, I'm not trying to get into deep, man, but according to Joanna, a type of demon. So, and then the thing is, there was other people that stayed at that house. Another cousin from Mexico, of course, he house sit the house for like a week. He couldn't go back to the house, man. He said that house was totally haunted, man. He said, man, the hell with it, just evac from the house. Just
Get out.
yeah, man. Just get out of the house, man. But yeah, so that happened to me one time with them, man.
That I didn't know about that one. So
Yeah, yeah,
that's the first. It's
yeah,
kind of freaky.
yeah. It's kind of freaky because the guy said like, man, I mean, Vicente, he's the type of guy. My brother-in-law, he's a pretty tough guy, he's not he doesn't really get scared that easy. But that day he was totally freaked out because he thought there was somebody in the house, you know, about to bust in through the door and mess, you know.
And
But,
what about Alejandra's encounter? Did she go into detail what happened with her?
Alejandra, well, not, I don't really remember hers, but I can kind of remember Joanna's story. This other time where she was just, at the house and she was just, laying on the bed, and she said at the time she had braces You know,
Oh,
so
this was
she,
some
you
years
know,
back, wasn't it?
yeah, she had braces, so she said, she felt as if some force just grabbed her, like totally submitted her, you know, like submitted her, and she felt like a force pushing in through her mouth, you know, like pushing the mouth closed,
Yeah.
and she started, and I couldn't believe it, man. I mean, she was just telling me, and I was just there staring at her, but she had blood on the braces, and like on her lips, and yeah, she couldn't stay in the house no more, man. Yeah.
Wow. And you guys don't know Alejandra. She yells a lot. um, but you know, she's not the type who will just make something up out the blue or do something to herself. And so for that to happen, she must have been really freaked out. Like, that's scary.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, so man, there's some stuff out there, man. I mean, I'm starting to believe, and you know, I'm starting to sit there and think about it, man, and just what else can I say, man? But you can't. The eyes and ears don't lie, you know. So I don't know. Yeah.
Okay, so, and you know, I'm gonna have to get her on too, because
Yes. Yes.
I'm gonna have to ask her like all details, everything,
Yeah.
and Joanna, because Joanna, she's also into
Santeria.
Santeria. Yeah. So for those of
Santeria.
you who don't know, Santeria, you can actually some say it's like the South American version of voodoo, when in truth, voodoo and Santeria, they actually both come from Africa, but
Yes.
it was a split to where the slaves went. The French slaves, or the slaves who were owned by the French, they went to the islands, and you know, you have Hades and stuff, while the Portuguese and the Spaniards, they went towards South America, that area, and it was the different saints that were included into the voodoo and Santeria, and then they had a split there and how they do different things and stuff like that. I'm gonna one day do a podcast explaining the difference between them and go into very deep detail. But you know, so they're similar but different. So,
Yeah.
there we go. Glad we got that out the way. But yeah, so she does that. So do you think it's possible that since she's into that stuff, and you know, I'm assuming she may practice it every blue moon, do you think that the law of attraction is actually in effect with her?
It could be. It could be. From what I know, there's certain people that just it's a type of magnet, you know, for spirits, for you know, unseen forces. I'm guessing since I really do think it's possible. Yes.
So, Joanna, stop messing around.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
so with that said, also know someone. I don't think you ever told me if she did Santeria or not, but she was a psychic. You told me a lot about this person from your area, from Michoacan. Ugh. Give me a break. I'm trying. Miss Letty.
Oh, Miss Leppy. Oh yeah.
Yeah. What is it? Let.
Yeah, Letty. Yeah, Letty in English. Yeah.
Okay. Woo. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. You told me some stories about her and an exorcism. And involved, what was it? Your cousin's house? Or
My uncle
your uncle?
God rest his soul. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
You told me some.
It's actually, she had a few cases. She actually had, as far as I know, there's like 2 or 3 cases I know about, you know, where she went in a house and she exorcised it, and, you know, found some stuff in there. You know, but going back to the story, yeah, she's yeah. The thing about Miss Letty, she was a type of she used to do everything, bro. She from to a witch doctor, you know, to exercising your house, to doing exorcisms on people. So what happened was that my uncle had a case where he would, well, in Mexico, again, man, the people over there are like super superstitious, man. I mean, those people down there, man, they're like all out. So my uncle, man, he noticed, you know, like he would notice like stuff happening around the house, you know, certain occurrences to where he would basically he would just hear noises in the house, and random like he would just wake up at night and he would try like he would feel like he would be talking to his wife, but he wouldn't be talking. He would just be in a total, how can you say it, Melvin, like in a trance state, to where he thinks he's doing stuff, but he's not doing it. He's really just laid out.
Yeah, that would be a type of trance.
Yeah, like a type of trance state. So,
but in a way, he was like doing astral projection. It almost sounds like.
Yeah. So he got in contact with Miss Letty. I don't know how they met, but so you know they started, you know, she started investigating the house, going through it, and she said it was a type of demon in the house. So they got down to exercising the house. I mean, she had to take in people like because she would literally take a thrashing. The spirits were actually like beat on her. She would be dragged on the floor. You know, she would be, you know, like, you know, she would receive a lot of physical damage. You know, there was this one time where she literally, a spirit just yanked a piece of her hair out.
Whew.
Like totally, like she had a bald spot from that spot where she got yanked. You know, where the spirit, you know, yanked the hair. So that day, man, I remember to my cousins, she told them like, I actually need help in order to exercise the house, man. If you see me on the ground getting me, you know, just me getting dragged around, man, you go in there and you drag me out, you know. If you see this thing trying to, you know, pull me under the bed, you know, you yank back, you know, don't let me go under the bed. You know? So what happened was she got to the part where she was actually exercising the house, and then like this, just all of a sudden, man, just like you would just, when she finished cleansing the house, it was just like dirt, like from being a clean house, the house got, you know, like dirt all over it. You know, that she like totally physically damaged. That lady will take a lot of damage just cleansing the house. You know? Yeah.
Not something I would want to get into.
Yeah, and then it sounds totally out of this world, man.
Yeah, it sounds like it's in a movie. Like, you know, when you say like getting drugged on the floor and going under the bed, it's, you know, you think of you think of The Exorcist.
Yeah, like exactly like a straight movie.
You know, but I always say that no matter what or how crazy a story is, whether it be fact or fiction, you know, or well, in this case, it's fiction. There's a little truth in it. It comes from somewhere.
Yeah.
You know, it might be exaggerated, but it comes from somewhere.
Yeah. Yeah, it might be. Yeah, when I heard it, I totally thought it was way out there, man. Because, I mean, like her getting dragged on the floor and this, and just, it was something to think about, man. I mean, but the thing is, she had witnesses with her. She had two of my cousins with her. She also had the boss ball to prove it. You know, just.
Oh, you think let me take off my wig here?
You know, so it's crazy. Yeah, I
Uh,
don't know. Yeah,
what? Okay, so you're Catholic, correct?
correct.
All right. So, and um, Catholicism and demons sometimes they go hand in hand, sometimes they don't, because the church they you have to first prove that it's actually some type of demonic hunting,
Correct.
and after that, they'll send out a specialist, like usually a priest who's,
Right.
supposed to be trained in the art of exorcism and everything. And as you know, I'm not religious. I'm borderline atheist, and
Yeah,
I believe you have once said, Melvin, you're a scary person. you know.
yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah.
And I, for the most part, I find exorcists from the church nonsense. I don't believe in idol worship, and I don't believe an idol actually holds power. It's more or less the thoughts of a combined people that give it power, and that's a topic for a whole another day.
Yeah.
But what I'm getting at is, why would people call her instead of a priest who's supposed to be trained to deal with this stuff? Like, what's happening here? What makes her, I don't want to say special, but what gives her the advantage over a priest?
I honestly don't know, man. The thing is that, well, again, the priest found out she was going around helping people out, cleansing their homes, cleansing them, and he was totally upset with her. They got into it. The town's priest and they totally got into it, and they got it to where she couldn't, come back to the village and help out the people. But
Really?
correct.
Now, I would like to
Yep.
know why that was. I mean, because if you're not hurting anyone,
Yeah, you're
and
not hurting. You're helping out people. And then here's the thing, though. If like you said, I'm guessing since they have to investigate and thoroughly go through the house, really make you know, a diagnose of,
yeah, make a
of-
case.
make a case, and uh, I guess people just rather seek help elsewhere. They're going through stuff, and they want to get they want their situation to get better. And if the priest puts out all these obstacles for him, I mean, people are going to get help wherever they can find it. So I'm guessing that's the case.
I figured that it would have been best if they would actually work together. I mean, wouldn't
Yeah, yeah,
wouldn't that be better? I mean, it would solve a
yeah,
lot of problems. No bickering.
yeah, yeah. I totally agree with you. I
So,
totally agree with you.
but I would like to find out why they would say no, you get out, unless, and again, I'm a bit biased in this regard because I'm not a religious person. I always question the church, and not trying to be insulting, Benny. So,
Yeah, yeah, no
you know,
problem.
I always question the church and what their true motives are behind things, whether it be trying to control someone through fear and all that stuff, and lay down false allegations. But I wonder if the priest was trying to say that. And well, before I say this, did you know the priest personally?
I know I no I remember him, but personally, no, I didn't.
Okay, so you know of him, but
Correct.
not, yeah. Okay, so anyway, what I was saying was, I'm just wondering if he said that something like you're using demons to conjure up this ability to get rid of them. You're fighting fire with fire, and you can't do that mess and this and that. And I'm doing it the correct way through God's hands and stuff like that. It could get annoying sometimes if, however, you're doing something, it doesn't exactly go with the status quo.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it could be. It's possible. I mean, um, the thing was that this lady was helping a lot of people. A lot of people were grateful with the lady, with Miss Letty, and that's just a fact. Everybody, you know, was happy with her going around and helping people out. You know, I don't know why the priest will react to her like that. Really, I mean, I'm a Catholic all the way. I mean, you know, but what I do think, you know, if you're able to help people out, why not help them out? Why not do you know, the Christian way of doing stuff, right? Just helping people out right there in need. Just help them out. You know, help them out with your situation, you know. Either if it's not demonic, just straight help them out, you know, you know, with advice or something. Just help them out. And I guess Miss Letty was providing that to people. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Did she charge?
Did she charge?
Yes.
She would just ask people, you know, whatever you're willing to give to me. If you don't want to give nothing to me, you don't have to. But if you're willing to give me something, go ahead and give me something.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think that's very good on her part. I mean, I feel sorry for someone who is cheap and like, I ain't giving you nothing. And over there, got a bald spot from doing this mess, and that's how you treat me. Like, all right, man, we'll see what happens to you, buddy. And like you visited her yourself personally a few times, right?
Well, like 2 times a while back like around 2002, 2003, something like that.
Yeah.
It's been a while.
Yeah. Now, since we're still on her, it's one story in particular I remember that you told me, never forgot, and it was involving her, and I guess it was the same uncle, I'm not sure, but she went to his house, and first thing you told me she saw was a giant dog running around the house.
No, that's actually my house.
That was
my house.
Oh!
That was my house. That was my mom's house. Well, my mom's house in Mexico, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, she what it was that, well, again, everybody, it's a small community. You know, everybody knows everybody. There's only about, let's say, 1,000 to probably 1,200 residents, I guess. So it's a small community. Everybody knows everybody, right? So where my mom bought the house, right across the street from her house, my uncle lives. My uncle, the one that got his house exercised. So as soon as she's coming out the house, she sees the first thing she sees. And I was staying at that time. I was staying with my first wife. I was staying in the house, and she straight says to my aunt, like, "Oh man, there's a big dog outside that house." Like, and it's just going in circles. You know, there's something wrong with that house. You know.
and
so
you
I'm
live
like,
there, huh?
Yeah, but here's the thing though. I'm not gonna lie. When I was inside that house, nothing crazy ever happened.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna be straight up honest. Nothing ever happened to me in that house. You know.
Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Getting that out there.
Okay. Yeah. So that's good for you.
Yeah. I guess again, I'm just guessing it happens to certain type of people. Some people can attract more spirits than other ones can, I guess.
Yeah, it really depends on the person.
Yeah.
So, yeah, did they ever tell you how big the dog supposedly was?
Well, she described it as pretty big, probably as big as a. Oh man, this is gonna seem weird, man. Like, she said it was probably as big as a donkey. So let's say as big as a Great Dane, but a Rottweiler, a white Rottweiler type dog.
Oh, it's a big dog.
That's a pretty big.
That's a scary dog. What is that thing?
That's a pretty big Rottweiler, man. White.
Wait a second.
Yes.
Okay.
Pretty big.
And it was just
running. She would just say, man, I would just see this dog running in circles around the house.
Like, do you know if it was protecting it or something, or?
I wouldn't know what to say, man. I've never seen the damn thing.
A good thing too.
No, I wouldn't, man. I wouldn't. It's time to go, you know. It's go time.
And one of your other relatives, since we're on the dog, one of your other relatives had a run-in with the dog, right? It was running after him. You remember?
That's no. You're probably talking about the time I was being chased by this little thing, and I was driving off in the truck, right?
No, not that one. I could have sworn you told me one of your uncles, or was it cousin? I don't know. I get them mixed up.
No. This is a different story, man. This is from a guy from South America that was telling me that there was this other, like, he would just, he was walking down the street one day, man, at nighttime in his little town, and there was a dog that, in every corner, he would bump into the same dog, you know? And he had a gun, and he's like, oh, man, like, man, if I see this thing again, you know, I got my gun, man, and I'm ready, man. That's one of my coworkers' stories, man.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, but you were in your truck. What happened with that? You were in your car.
Oh yeah. Man. I was in Mexico. My son was just barely born, man. My son must have been about, say like 2 months. So he was basically a newborn. So it was nighttime, man. And, you know, at that time, Mexico had it bad. You know, that's when they were having a lot of, you know, the little, the cartel activities going on down there, you know? And everybody would just be like, man, once it hits nighttime, just go inside the house. So we're driving in my truck, and this dirt road, man. It was just like, I say, about like 8 miles of just dirt road to get to the village. So, and then if you look around, there's nothing nowhere. It's just like forest in one part, and you look at the other side, and it's just like grasslands and this. And, you know, it's just nothing. Just a whole lot of nothing. Like, let's say, just you and just the woods and the grassland and, you know, the stars. Just nothing. All right. So we're driving along, man, and I just so happened to look in the back mirror, and I see this little shadowy figure just, like, going after the truck. So I'm like, wow, you know, I was just stuck on, you know, I was just in a, you know, like, I was just shocked, man. I was like, what could be out here at this time of night running after the truck? You know? So then I get to the first speed bump to get into the village, and then I turn around and it's still behind the truck. By this time, we must have been, we probably drove about, let's say, another 3 miles in, you know, and it's still coming after the truck. So then as soon as we hit the first speed bump, I just told my wife, like, hey man, don't get freaked out. But there's something behind us and it's following us. There's a little shadowy figure back there. And she just straight looks at me like, are you serious? I'm like, man, I am dead serious. There's something behind the truck, and it's following us. You know? So then she looks back and she's like, oh, there's nothing there. I'm like, Karen, there was something behind the truck, you know? There's, you know, so as soon as we hit the first speed bump, man, I just put the pedal to the metal, man, and just, and just got over there as fast as I could, man. You know, freaked out, like totally freaked out, you know? Yeah, man. Now, what was it? I don't know what it was, man. If they were playing a joke, man, that was really a sick joke, man.
Yeah, that's messed up.
Yeah, that thing got me scared, man. I was freaked out, man.
I hope you were wearing brown pants.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
And last thing with Miss Letty before we move on from her, you
Right.
told me she entered a house and whatever it was some nasty stuff in there because there was a doll and that has to be the creepiest thing ever. But
Oh yes. This if I remember right, she did a ritual where she had to lay the guy on the bed. So she laid that person in the bed, and she put white sheets, white pillowcases, everything had to be white, and she told the guy, man, whatever you hear, whatever you see in this mirror, because she put a mirror like in front of him, like where the bed is, right in front of him was gonna be a mirror. Like whatever you see in that mirror, man, you do not react, man. Don't react to it, man. You just stay quiet. You let me deal with this, man. All right. So she starts doing the little ritual, and then the guy starts seeing a doll like in the mirror. He starts seeing a doll in the mirror, and he's freaked out, man. The guy, he's freaked out of his pants, man. He starts hearing like noises going around the bed, like he says he can actually hear like a rattlesnake going around, and he was freaked out, Yeah, he was totally freaked out, man. He told me like, son, man, man, I'm an old guy, man, and I don't like lying and stuff like this, man, but this happens to me. I don't know, man. I mean, it's something to think about, like, I don't know what to think, man. Like, it seems so far out though, it really seems so far out. And, but he straight told me, like, I heard a noise, I could, I wasn't, before that happened and he wasn't able to sleep, man. He would hear noises, hear noises that come in threes, and.
I don't like the threes.
Yeah, noises that come in threes, knockings that come in threes, and he straight told me, like, he was scared out of his mind, man. All right, man. The dude was freaked out. Yes.
And you wanted me to go to Mexico. You're crazy.
Well, it's not really. I mean, you're not out there, going out there to look for, mess that comes, stuff that bumps in the night. Really, I mean.
No, don't worry. You don't look for it. It looks for you, man.
Yeah.
Hunts you down, steps on you, spits you.
What do you got to say about the houses right here in the States, man? The houses that lose value once they're haunted.
Yeah, true.
Right?
Very true.
Right? I mean, it's here too. It's just that the thing is, since the difference between here and Mexico is that where my mom's, little villages, everybody knows everybody. Everybody talks to everybody about, everything,
Yeah. It's a cultural difference, I think.
Yeah.
I think, ghost spirits, demons, whatever. It's more accepted in Mexico than it would be in the States. In the States, you're psychotic and you're going to go to a mental health institution.
Right.
That's not to say that, the person, they might actually have a little bit of schizophrenia or something, but, our first reaction in the States is, you're nuts. That's simple. It's impossible. Get the stepping.
Yeah. But I mean, it's totally true though. I mean, there might be stuff that's totally far out there where it's like, really? But the true thing is that, houses in the U.S. that are notoriously known for being haunted lose value, man. You know, and it's to me it's real. You know, I mean, at first, again, I didn't believe in it, man. But when stuff actually happens to you, you know, that's when you start believing.
Yep.
So, again.
And, you know, your mom, she, I don't know if I should be mentioning this or not. Actually, it's up to you. Do you want me to mention it or no?
Oh, you'll take care of it, yes. Yes.
So, you all right with it?
Go ahead, bro.
All right. So your mom, back in the day, back in Mexico, she potentially had a run-in. Not necessarily a run-in.
No. Right here. And
it was
it happened here in the States.
Okay, so it was at your old house?
Yeah, so we used to live we used to live back in Inwood, back in those days.
So,
yeah.
Okay, so yeah, she may have or may have not had a run-in with something extremely powerful, extremely mean.
Yes.
Or, and I like to think this, or she actually had a guardian angel watching out over her.
Yes.
And it portrayed something that could have been pretty mean and saved her butt.
Yes.
I mean, what is the story with that?
It's just, oh my God, what happened was that, you know, my mom was having issues with my dad, you know, like, yeah, like, it's kind of personal, man, but.
Yeah, let's just say your pops he was being a playboy and he should not have been.
Yeah. He was being a type of a playboy, man, and you know, and Melvin, help me out. I don't know how to explain this. Like,
okay, so
yeah,
Pops was being a bit of a playboy, and
yes.
You know, and when you're in a relationship, you know, it makes you upset. It's like, you prick. And
yes.
one of the people, one of the chicks over there on the side decided that she was higher up in the hierarchy than she really was, and she was giving your mom's just a very bad time.
Yes,
like
giving her a really bad time.
Single day bad time to where, yes. You know, to where, okay, sorry about that, a little bit of technical difficulties. Don't know where the echo came from. Very ironic. It happens when I'm telling this story, but whatever. So yeah, anyway, this chick was giving your mom a really bad time.
Yes.
Like, just making her feel like trash and garbage.
Yes.
And your mom was she had enough, you know, to the point where she imagined taking care of business. Yes. And if you guys don't know what taking care of business is, look it up, because I don't want to incriminate anyone here.
Yeah.
But
yes.
But yeah, like she was gonna take care of business and throw out the trash. So you take it away, Benny.
So she was literally fantasizing about taking care of business. She would literally just fantasize, man. She was honestly thinking about going through with it. And again, man, she was literally fantasizing. Like, she straight told us, like, man, you guys, I probably would have been in jail or something, you know. So this night, man, she was laying on the bed. Again, everybody, we only lived at a 2-bedroom house, so let's say in one bedroom the girl slept, and you know, and then in the other bedroom the boys slept in the house. So my mom was just laying on the bed, man, and she says all of a sudden she felt like this heaviness that came across her whole body. She couldn't move. She was, like, again, in a type of trance. And she says the door slightly opened up, and as soon as the door opened up, she got this odor, man, this smell, like this nasty smell, you know, like a really nasty smell. And she felt the presence right, you know, on the side of the door, and she's like, oh my God, you know what, you know, she instantly thought, in her own words, she thought, like, man, this is just not ordinary thing, you know. This is not ordinary, man. This is, it's just not, like, this can't be a normal spirit, man. This thing smells, you know. She literally thought in her own words, she's like, man, I think this could have been the devil himself, you know? Like, you know, like, she, like, well, to get to the point, she totally threw that idea out the window, you know?
Yeah.
She totally threw it out the window, but she said, man, she honestly thought it was the devil himself. You know, that it's not no ordinary spirit. Like, whatever was standing in front of that door, I mean, it was not ordinary.
And it possibly, you know, saved her from doing something she would have really regretted.
Yes, correct.
I mean, and like I said, I like to think that it was a guardian angel helping her out, you know, because I can't really see something like as evil as the devil or any demon. You know, they manipulate people. Why would they all of a sudden want to pop up and give you this little warning? You know, but that's just my thoughts on it. What are your thoughts on it?
I don't know what to think about it, man. I mean, it's really creepy, man. You know, like, again, I would like to know how, you know, certain type of spirits work, you know, like, that way I can know more. But, I'm guessing it's whatever it was, it totally stopped her from going through with it. Cause again, at that time, we were going through a lot of bad things around the house between mom and dad.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, that was really bad.
But hey, thank God it's over with now.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah.
You know, they both got old. You know, thank God.
Yeah.
So, you know.
So,
Yeah.
but that one, that's pretty bad, man. So, don't want to meet whatever that thing was.
Yeah. Whatever it was, man, it stopped her.
You're okay. I'm pretty sure this was another cousin of yours, a chick, and she had a little run-in with, I don't know if it was a demon, a spirit, or what. But you told me this one. She was sitting down late one night, or she was being super stingy about something, and she fell asleep. And when she woke up, it was something sitting on the couch next to her with a giant head, eating some Cheetos or something.
A giant silhouette. No, but here's the thing, though. That it turned out to be a type of spirit that's haunting that house, man.
Oh. Okay. So wait,
yeah. According to because this lady, she's actually my brother-in-law's mom. You know?
Okay.
Yeah. So here's the thing, though. The thing about that thing has manifested on more than one occasion. Me only knowing on 2 occasions.
Okay. Well, you know what? Let's hear the original story for. I didn't know it was a follow-up. Oh man.
Yeah. Well, again, it's just like it's a lot of stuff, man. I mean, you know.
It is. That's why I wanted you on.
Yeah, man. The thing about that story was that, you know, my brother-in-law's mom, you know, she's deeply religious, man. Again, but according to my brother-in-law, she at one time had an abortion.
Okay.
She had an abortion at one time, you know, so she gets these dreams where she sees the unborn child, and it's you know, like telling her, like asking her why would she get rid of him, you know? Why would she get rid of him? And then sometimes she'll see the little boy in the backyard. Sometimes she'll see him outside the house. She'll see him sometimes, the little silhouette, just sitting by the bed, and just telling her, why would you get rid of me? But here's the thing, though, that's a different spirit. But the thing that's going in the house, it's according to her, it's a demon. You know, the thing that because one time she said, you know, she was again in the night she was laying down in the bed, and then the two youngest daughters were always sleep with her. You know, the two young daughters. So she has this this thing, you know, she has like this habit of rubbing on the girls' heads at night, you know, when they're sleeping, rubbing through their hair. But this time she's rubbing on the hair, and it, you know, it doesn't feel like the daughter's head, you know. This is you know, the head is slightly bigger. And then she starts going around, man. She's, you know, like, oh my God, this is not my daughter, you know.
Yeah.
This is not my daughter. So as soon as she turns around and looks at the thing, she could just see a big silhouette with just a smile on it. The only thing she can make out is a smile. You know, and she's freaked out of her mind, man. She said as soon as that happens, I just close my eyes and start praying and praying and praying, you know. Pray away, you know. So that's one time that thing manifested. The other time I know was that other time I told you about that one of the daughters that, you know, that freaking had, she was sleeping in the living room in the sofa, and she was I guess she woke up. She woke up and she saw the silhouette again, dark silhouette, and the only thing that can make out is a smile. All right, man. So this thing has on its hand has her chips that she was eating before she fell asleep. You know, so I mean, I know she's had more cases with this, I guess, demon. I don't know what it is. But yeah, she's been having a lot of. I think she ended up going to see a shrink or something, man, because she had it pretty bad. She had it pretty bad, man. She had it really bad. No.
So, I didn't know it was reoccurring though.
Yeah. That and the little spirit. No, the little, but what could you make out of that, Melvin? The little spirit that's going around. Could it actually be the sun?
It's possible. I mean,
possible.
There's been a couple of cases where there's been miscarriages or abortions, and the spirit of the baby, like, it will show up and hang around the mother and such, and sometimes it'll appear in, like, the form it looked like when it died, and then other times it might appear as what it would have looked like if it was born and was able to become a child, you know, a young child.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, because she said she's seen him as probably like a 4-year-old to a 5-year-old kid, you know, already, you know. Yeah.
So there are cases like that. I mean,
really?
And a lot of times that stems from mother's guilt as well, because
really?
Yeah, because sometimes it's like I like, let's say, like, they give up the baby, but they talk themselves into it, but really they don't want to, and they're attached to it, but they have to for whatever reason, but they don't want to, and it's an attachment, it's a bond there, and they wish so hard to see the kid growing up, whether it be a subconscious thing or consciously do it. It happens.
Wow.
So there are cases, but I mean, even a couple of psychics have even said that, you know, a baby that was aborted or miscarried or whatever, the spirit will still be around, and sometimes what happens is the mother will get pregnant again, that spirit will enter into that new vessel. Yes. And other times there's a few stories where allegedly the spirit entered into, like, if there was a previous child before the other one, they'll enter into that child So it's a bit complicated, but that's crazy that that's happening.
Yeah. I mean, this lady got it bad, man. I really feel bad. I feel bad for her, man, but it's kind of freaky, man. I mean, I honestly thought, I didn't know there was more, that there was a possibility that can actually happen.
Yeah, it's a tremendous
You know,
possibility.
but, since, babies, I guess, when does, when can a baby inside the mother's stomach start feeling stuff, start thinking,
I don't know, because now we're going into
Yeah,
we're
yeah,
going into science stuff here, and this
yeah,
I
yeah,
wish
yeah,
Ryan were here. And
yeah,
and then out of that you're going to go into religious belief.
yeah, 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 yeah.
So religion says that as soon as it's conceived, the spirit's in there, and it's alive, it's living, it can already think and breathe, not breathe, but think and touch and feel. While science teaches us a fetus is just an empty fetus until like maybe 4 or 5 months, or excuse me, 2-3 months. Other than that, it's just a fetus. That's why they say if you're going to get an abortion, you have to get it within the first trimester. I'm not a woman, so any women listeners, forgive my ignorance, but I think you have to get an abortion within the first trimester, which is like the first 3 months or whatever.
Right.
And yeah, and because it's not developed yet. It's just a fetus, But that's what science tells us. So, it really depends.
Yeah, yeah. I'm just asking because, I'm not trying to blame nobody, but in order for that to happen, I'm thinking was I'll just leave it alone, man.
Yeah, that's
Just
a
leave it
tough
alone.
one, man.
Yeah, that's a tough one.
But I mean, chances are though, I don't think the spirit, I don't think it's upset. It's probably just wants, and
Yes.
and probably wants to actually say it's all right, because I understand, no hard feelings, because a lot
Yeah.
of times when we cross over, no matter what our age, once we cross over and stuff, we get some type of supreme understanding, and it's
Yeah.
so bizarre, and you just have it, and you're not worried about anything, and you forgive. Sometimes, anyway, you're able to forgive things that happened in the past and people who's wronged you. So,
Yes.
and chances are, I think it either wants to know why, or it wants to let her know it's okay. You don't have to feel guilty. I'm fine. But that's amazing.
Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty. That's not cool. No.
It's something we're probably going to have to revisit in another podcast.
Yeah.
And I'll have my sources and everything talking
Yes.
about the different miscarried or aborted spirits and stuff like that. That'll be a deep show, though. That one's going to be, yeah.
Yes.
That one's going to be
Yes.
hard hitting.
Yes. It is.
So, other thing about Mexico,
Yes.
and a lot of people might know this from Ghost Adventures. Oh, you probably know what's coming. The Island of Dolls.
Oh man.
And you want to go to this place.
I mean, I want to see it, man. I really want to see it. It's not the first time I've heard about it on Ghost Theory. I've seen it from other documentaries,
Yeah.
but since it's around the way, I'm thinking about going. Not going out there, moving stuff around, asking for trouble. No, I just want to see it. You know,
So, do you think it's actually haunted?
I wouldn't know. I wouldn't know what to say, man. I mean, it could be. You know, I heard a lot of weird stuff, man. You know, so I'm thinking. Well, the cast on, you know, the ghost hunters, they're pretty serious about their work. You know, so I'm thinking it could be. It's a possibility.
It's freaky. I mean, oh no. I mean, who would do that too? All those dolls in this little place, and then there was a person who actually lived there.
Yes, yeah.
Why?
I don't know what I don't know what that guy was thinking about, man. But I wouldn't be able to, man. I mean, I had this little phobia when I was a kid, man, about dolls. Right now, right now I can kind of, you know, get over it, kind of. But when I was a kid, I was super freaked out of dolls, man. Like, oh my
You
god.
don't want to go over Rose's house, man. She has haunted dolls,
Oh
and
man.
yeah, man.
Yeah.
The good thing is they're all nice looking dolls. They don't look creepy. Although for some reason Rose has gotten into making creepy looking dolls. No, what's more disturbing is she's really good at it. So, I mean, it'll be one thing if it just looked retarded, but no, she's
Yeah.
really good at it, and they look
Yeah.
freaky, and I'm just
Pretty freaky.
waiting for one to say, "I'm gonna eat your heart," you know.
Oh man.
So,
Hey man. I mean, hey man. I don't want that ever to happen to me, man. I just don't want it. I don't
yeah,
think I'll be able to handle it.
yeah. So, how much
Yeah.
would it take for you to go to the Island of Dolls and stay there for a week by yourself?
I wouldn't be a week, man. It'll just probably be me there for like at most an hour. Just me looking around and that's it. Just that's and then I'm totally gone.
Now, what if you take something home?
I wouldn't take nothing home, man.
No, no, no. I'm saying you unwantedly take something home because spirits they can attach themselves to you.
Oh, yeah, that really does happen too.
Yeah, so you better find Miss Letty.
Yeah, I better find somebody, man.
So that
But me, man, me personally, if I go there, man, I just want to see it. You know, a lot of people's been telling me about it. My mom knows. I think my mom actually seen it when she was a little girl. So, you know, it's a place I want to go. I want to go see it. You know, see what it's all about. You know?
you're going on your own, man. I'm not doing that. I'll go to the Mayan ruins, but I'm not doing the Island of Dolls.
Yeah.
And
Well, I mean, it's just this little thing I've always had, man. I mean, since it's just and since it's around the way, why not go to it? You know, like yeah, yeah.
all right, Scooby.
Yeah.
It's. I don't want to go there. That's simple. So, but yeah, your mom though. You said she's seen it.
Yeah, when she was a little girl.
Oh my God! Like what? Okay, so define seen it. Was she in the area, or she actually
Yes,
went over there?
yes. Area. What it is really? It's I don't know. I don't know if I'm confused or not, man. It's a type of a park, like where anybody can go. You know, you can just get a boat and just go up and down the river. So she just happened to be in the area and she seen it, but she was on the boat. She didn't get off or nothing. You know, she was just there.
Yeah. Okay, so it's like a tour, just passing by.
Yeah, just passing by. You know, and so the thing is, I'm gonna probably do the same thing. I'm gonna stay on top of the boat just from a distance, man, and just
Take
and
a few pictures and yeah.
yeah, that. I don't plan to go around messing around, looking at the dolls, touching the dolls. Just none of that.
Look, but don't touch.
Yes.
Now, what if I gave you $5,000 to walk on shore and touch a doll? Would you do it?
Uh, I'll think about it, man, but I don't think I would though. I mean, of course, if it let's say the stories are true, would you really do it for $5,000?
Oh, that's not nearly enough.
Right?
Not nearly enough. We'd have to start negotiations with the moon.
Yes. Yes, man. Nah, man. I mean, I don't know if it's true or not, man, but I'm not no messing with stuff that can have some truth in it, and then later on just be totally freaked out. No, I'm good. I'm good. I'm all right. I'm all right with that.
You're good with that. All right.
Yeah.
Well, it is time to start closing it down. Do you have any last freaky story? Maybe something that happened to your wife. Although I think she's pretty good on that front.
Well, I'll tell you what. Next time I come on, I'll have some more stuff in.
Yeah. So hopefully next time you come on, we'll have Rose with us, which is what I'm planning on, and we'll explore not just the spirits and stuff, but we'll actually talk about some types of urban legends.
Yes.
Like Bigfoot, the Chupacabra.
Oh man.
Yeah. We'll even dive deeper into urban mythology, urban myth, legend,
Right.
mythology things, like griffins, black-eyed
Yes.
children,
Yes.
and a few other things. So that should be a fun, jam-packed show.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, I'll be happy to, man, anytime.
yeah, but thank you for coming on, man.
No problem, man.
So you enjoy yourself?
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it, man.
And you're all nervous for nothing.
Yes. Yes.
All right. Thank you for sharing everything. Really appreciate it, man.
No, man. No problem, man.
And remember, guys, there are things that go bump in the night. Remember to say hi. Bye, everybody.